Hi, everybody. It's Kris here in Chandler, Arizona. Just giving you a quick update. It is Monday, January 18th, 2021, 12:01, 1 minute into January 18th, the day they've officially made Martin Luther Day. President's Day is coming up February 15th. Wanted to let you know a couple things. An update on my situation first, and some opinions and action to take to stop these heinous things happening in the United States and across the world. First of all, nothing has changed in my situation. I'm still a targeted individual. I'm only able to live in an apartment right now, 1375, and the apartment guy that lives upstairs with the lady that he's not married to, I heard it's divorced or boyfriend and a child living up there, are torturing me to death, and they're getting paid to do it, either by the Chandler police and or the military and sheriff and the I already said military, but Air Force specifically is highly involved in the targeted individual program. I'm asking you again to assist me in stopping these murders that are torturing me. They're having loud noises going directly into my ears called psychtronics, using illegal psychtronic weapons. They're getting them either from the police, which they've militarized. You can even get them off the internet, which is pure murder, capital punishment, using a weapon to murder someone, which is premeditated murder as well. Nothing has changed since I've talked to you. It's now been almost 2 weeks ago. There's been more exposure, but no direct names and exposure or stopping of the actions that the murders, who are the Chandler police, is the highest source, and they're paying my neighbors wherever I live to torture and kill me covertly, which means hidden. Nothing has changed, not one thing. I've seen more exposures by the whistleblowers. I've seen words that there will be action. Excuse me. But nothing has changed for any targeted individual around the world. They're only increasing it. And I have no hope and no knowledge that President Trump plans on doing anything. He's never bothered to come out and even state that there is one under the U.S. Patriot Act and the National Security Act. And those are all illegal. Those are criminal offenses to torture individuals that have not. First of all, you have to, under the Constitution, know what your charges are. And then once you do the crime, to leave that person alone. I'm again wanting people to take action. If no action is taken, I'm going to take action by Wednesday. Nobody can take 20 years of torture, okay? And all you people that are either not very intelligent or could care less and are lazy, people are spending over hundreds of thousands of views every day, every week on people that go missing. Well, you have targeted individuals here that you have a chance to save, and you have a chance to find out who the real perpetrators are. And nobody's doing that. Not one person has called me. I gave out my phone number 3 times on my last YouTube. The people that live above me need to immediately be arrested and charged with murder. Premeditated murder. It's capital punishment. And the Chandler police are next. The sheriffs are involved in this, and so is the military. And even if you want to call them the white hats or the black hats, none of them have exposed. They're all participating. And a lot of desperate, stupid, and greedy Americans, I'll say 10%. A lot of people say it's up to 50%, either know or directly involved in being gang stalkers in the neighborhood. I'm again asking for immediate help. Get off the mystery channels, trying to solve mysteries that are 20 years old when you can solve current mysteries. In my line of thinking, I've always said you can do both. There's absolutely no reason why someone can tell you you can try to save this person that died 20 years ago, or you can save this person that's currently dying. I always, in my mind, say I can do both. And I want you to do the same thing. You can do both. Don't ever Let somebody tell you can only do one or the other. And we can get all of the perpetrators, the premeditated murders that are in the government, charged in capital punishment. And I don't feel that President Trump is doing enough. I'll never say it again. He's had 20 years. And for anybody to know what torture is like on a second-by-second basis for a crime you never did, for being an upstanding citizen, why don't these police officers, why don't they use their balls? Why don't they tell me and come to my face and tell me what I did wrong to them? You know, they're illegally using weapons of destruction and torture and murder. Illegally doing it because they aren't real men. And there's a lot of women in the Chandler police. I'm asking again for people to stand up and stop these murders. I've gave all my evidence in the last video I gave out. It showed a graph of all the mini microchips, and the nanobots form a network in your body. And they're using heat sensors to see where I'm at. And as soon as I get involved in something and trying to hang clothes, write something, I'm using the shower, using the lavatory, they start banging on me. So I'm in a position where I can't move fast. And this is a sick individual that lives above me. He's in an apartment. I'm in 1357 at the corner. I live only a half a block from the Chandler police this time, because the very first house I had, they got me to move by hanging microwave rods, spraying poisons, and I showed in my last video from 2 weeks ago that it was Robert Ross was only one of the guy he was so stupid, he got money to spray poisons over my house. And when I called the district emergency center, and I called 911, and I called the Chandler police over and over since the beginning of my torture in 2001, all those government agencies did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I've never had a human being that can help me. Dr. Hildegard Stanger gave me all the evidence, and the one video she made with me and 4 other targeted individuals, she's ripped down, because she knows that if you know about a premeditated murder and do nothing, then you're an accomplice. I want to say I think the people in Scotland over there and Britain are waking up now. It's midnight here, so it's about 8 or 9 in the morning there. Quantum Vortex Energy is saying, what's the number? I'll call you. Again, my phone number is 480-257-3321. It's in my last video as well. I said it 3 times, and I've said it in several past videos, but they keep you on the run. This is the 3rd time since the beginning of my torture in 2001 that I've had to move. And because of all the COVID fake virus, you know, don't you remember when they've always said for centuries, or we've been probably in existence with communication systems for a century, that you can't cure a virus. You can starve a cold, fever, starve a cold. But you cannot cure a virus. So why are they telling you that you have to not only put on a mask, stand 6 feet apart? I can't have open houses to try to sell the house that I have in Minnesota. I went up there for 5 years, but now my mother and father are dead and left me no money. And they're going into every job, so I can't get hired. These are impossible odds for any one human being, let alone to attack a 5-foot single female is an act of Violence Against Women Act, which is another law that they've broken. With my shoes on, I'm about 5'4", as I said in the last video. My sky is 5D, yes. Hi, Portland, Oregon. I don't know if you know, she goes by Sarah Jacobson on Facebook. She goes by Ann Lane, A-N-N-E. Ann Lane. She's in Portland, Oregon, and has been targeted by the police. And she's given up all hope because she's got so many she claims several of the presidents, the Bush line and Obama line, which is the pure satanics. And they're the ones that are torturing her. They love to torture single females. And yes, I'm still a single female living by myself in Chandler, Arizona. I'm not afraid to expose because I'm a victim and I'm doing nothing wrong. These perpetrators that are hiding behind police costumes are the perpetrators. Hi, everybody. see my January 15th, 2020 video for page by page of all the things that they're doing to me. I'm severely targeted, but they're trying to kill most people, and everybody has nanobots in them. To get the evidence that you need to get a microscope that's like a times 500 that goes down so low that you can actually see past a molecule. I should say smaller than a molecule, if you want to understand it in that term. I'm again asking for the Chandler police to be immediately arrested. Nobody can take 20 years, and if it's not done by Wednesday, I'm taking action myself. I have the right to defend myself. I'm an expert in radiation. I have a degree in it, and I've worked 30 years, except for the last 10 years, I've been so severely targeted, I was sick. I got 5 years of disability, and this last year, since October 1st, which is 3 months, I've been trying to get full-time work again. So far, I've gotten 30 hours a week, and I'm trying to increase that. I'm asking President Trump, I know you're trying to regain presidency, and you're claiming that there's going to be hundreds of arrests, and 80% of the Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives will be taken out, and you have replacements ready to go. I hope that's true. I hope you stay with your conviction and your commitment and your words. But I still see it as one power shift going to another power shift. They're not saying anything about that, and that wouldn't hurt them at all. They wouldn't get killed. Even Simon Parks, Parkes, is a great exposer, and Carrie Cassidy. But they're even saying that Trump is in a very safe hiding place, possibly underground. He's currently been in Texas and possibly Arizona. I'm asking everybody to expose, to stop, and to charge the guilty parties of the capital punishment. Torture is worse than murder. Premeditated murder is the #1 worst felony in the world besides torture. There's the 1991 Victim Torture Protection Act. And I've tried out, if someone can help me, tell me how to share the screen. I wanted to show you law firms that are claiming to take the highest civil and human rights that won't take my case. It's called the People Law Office and People Law Firm of Chicago, Illinois. They have an 800 number. Please bombard them. There is one in Phoenix, Arizona called the People's Law Office in Tempe, Arizona, home of Arizona State University, where I have a degree and worked over 9 years in journalism until I went back for radiology, have a degree in it, worked 30 years in radiology. I have a total of 4 college degrees. This is just totally heinous. It needs to stop. You need to be aware that it's happening. I've given all evidence. You can also call my doctor, Dr. Hildegard Staninger, Staninger. She's listed as an industrial toxicologist. This nanobots and nanotechnology forms a way for them to get it into your food, and it's so small. It's also called smart dust. They could just go by you and put it on your shoulder. They can put it in your food. It'll just look like a little bit of salt. It's even smaller and finer than salt. And it kind of glows, and it has shiny, like it looks like it has metal, because it does have heavy metal, and heavy metal can kill you. And if you don't detox right, there's very few things that will take out radiation and heavy metals. And you need to learn them, and you need to do it naturally only. Do not go and get more prescriptions. Those are all chemicals, and they'll all affect you covertly, hiddenly, clog up your liver, which is your filter, clog up your lymph glands. And you have lymph glands all over your body. Just pull up the human body lymph glands. I'm seeing other people on here. Looks like mainly this guy's 5DES knows all about it and was also targeted. Please see some of my past videos, and I'm in a network with other targeted individuals that are highly intelligent and have similar things to my inventions. And my inventions, I do want to say, are a work in progress. Just a second, let me see if I can get it. Whoa. You guys still there? Okay, you guys are still there. Hi, everybody. This is how strong it is, and it is a work in progress. I need you guys to help me. I'm not very technical and electronic savvy. I have 4 degrees. I've always wanted to help in the medical field to help people that are sick, and we're all sick. Not only sick of the perpetrators and the satanic evil ones, not one web sleuth, look up web sleuth on YouTube, not one, it's a crime. She's in Canada, but she's only worried about making her money and has her views posted in the back and subscribers. If they truly wanted to help everybody, you help less recognized cases. They won't publicize mine. I can't monetize mine. I can't have advertising since the beginning because I'm talking. This is a public service announcement, so I have to list it as a public service announcement. Otherwise, if I'm just talking about how I'm being killed by the government, they'll take me down. But this is a work in progress. If you see my very original YouTube, I made just the band, and it shows all the super magnets on the band. You can arrange them how you want, and you can put padding on the back so it doesn't hurt your head, and you can wear it. And my thoughts are that it will reflect. It can reflect all the EMF. It can reflect some microwaves, but we need to refine it some more too, and you can get it to fit your head right. And then this attracts good energy, was made and even enhances food by Kent Dunn. You can look at his website, Kent, K-E-N-T, Dunn, D-U-N-N. But he is military, and I don't believe all of his information is true, or he's got a bad memory or something, but nothing that he's never exposed or got my targeting to stop. And this does attract energy, but you have to make sure to be able to attract the right energy, and you can get all kinds of thoughts and be smarter than anybody on earth. And this is one of the strongest. There's 3 magnets actually in here. I have some little magnets on top just that I'm experimenting with. And if you take out that white part, the 2 magnets would attract each other and go together, and you could crush your fingers. They're so strong. But people who work like in mechanics and with powerlifting tools, they know about these and order these. That's mainly what they were used for. They weren't used for target individuals. But remember, your super strong magnets you can get at Freight Harbor, on the internet, at Target Magnets for Less, and other places. And they're even attracted to the copper. So we can get working on this. If you form it into a cone with a point, then the energy will be directed out the point if you have another energy source behind it. So these are works in progress, and this is to get your creative juices flowing. You do have it inside of you to learn how to reflect this stuff until we get them charged with capital punishment. And I'm asking President Trump and anybody else that has connections and power, which I don't. That's why I'm asking Simon Parkes again, P-A-R-K-E-S, our beloved whistleblower and exposer from Britain, Miles Johnston, Carrie Cassidy. Get your creative juices flowing, and we can get these marketed into people cheaply, like for $5. And we also need to start providing people with a free vegetarian meal, a place where they can go in and get non-GMO, free vegan meal. That does not mean no protein. There's excellent protein sources such as eggs, hard-boiled eggs. Spinach is loaded with iron. Spirulina shakes with they call it boba. Those are fun and exciting and so healthy, you will love it. These things need to start being provided for free for people to heal. And the other biggest thing is to get our pets healed naturally. And all the homeless pets out there, they're living in gutters and alleys and living off plastic that clogs up their intestines and kidneys and makes them sick all the time. This is just so heinous that humans are so dummied down or selfish that they're participating in this, and none of them are helping the targeted individuals. I'm asking you to contact these law offices again, as I said in my last video. It's that claim that they're the highest human rights, attorneys and civil rights attorneys. And their names are, the first one is, I've called Birch and Craccioli, and they are a injury law firm. This is the only one that doesn't have a free phone number. They're at 602-274-7600, and they've refused to take my case. I've talked to them in person. I've talked to Ian for 20 years. I've been tortured. The next one, their website too, if you want it, is bcattorneys.com. bcattorneys, plural.com. The next one is aztrialattorneys.com. They're called Honor Law Group. They say their practice areas are it's funny now, it's not. Is it going to pull up here? Okay, their practice areas are wrongful death, personal injury, medical malpractice, and they've refused to take my case over and over again. I've asked them. I've gone down there in person. I got emails that they're refusing to take my case. They're claiming to take, if you pull up their areas of emphasis, civil litigation, employment, and these perpetrators are following me to every job and getting me fired and saying false information that I'm not privy to. But they're calling this fighting with everybody. Yeah, I'm a real fighter, aren't I? I'm sitting here dying. The next one is Shoup Law Firm, and they claim that they're one of the biggest personal injury and civil rights in the country. They are in Los Angeles. They have a free 800 number. Thomas Alch, who is one of the owners and practicing attorneys, Thomas S. like Sam Alch, A-L-C-H. And he is working out of his office, I believe, in Portland, Oregon, for the person on here tonight that's in Portland, Oregon. And we need to get together and go to them as a group. And if they don't take the case, you need to file it with the County Bar, Attorney Bar Association, the State Bar Association. And we need to get together, and the ACLU is supposed to be handling all these cases, and they're refusing. They're only taking a few like minority cases each year. They're not even taking the highest crime in the land is torture, and they're refusing to take any torture or targeted individuals. Shoup Law Firm, this one is on 9701 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 950, Beverly Hills, California. They have an 800 number, 866-884-1717. Their local number is 410-620-9533. They're not that big of a law firm, but if you need any more references or referrals, let me know. But let me see. They're bragging here that we've recovered $550 million for our clients. We recently obtained one of the largest product liability, and by the way, nanobots and nanotechnology is liability. It is a product, and you can charge them with product liability. And it does not have to be a recalled item. A lot of people think, well, I can only file lawsuits, such as like with a car that's been recalled or car parts that's been recalled. This particular law firm of Shoup, they do only have, let me see, like 5 attorneys. Everything that I'm saying in this YouTube video is alleged to, so I want to put that disclaimer out. The next one that Shoup, I do think might be only in California. This is the one that's national, Hagens Berman. Yeah, Hagens Berman, and they have an 800 number, 1-888-381-2889. And they have UK attorneys. They have 4 partners. Looks like 3 or 4 partners, unless it's changed. The managing head partner is Stephen W. Berman. He's the one that's out of Portland, Oregon. Excuse me for saying that earlier. He's actually in Seattle right now. Steve W. Berman, B-E-R-M-A-N. He's the managing partner. He's at steve@hbsslaw.com. His direct phone number is 623-7292. The managing partner at Higgins Berman. Their website is hbsslaw.com. And I will now tell you what they claim they specialize in. Here's their practice area. Anti-terrorism, class action lawsuits, environmental litigation, and when they were spraying poisons over my house, that is environmental. Personal injury, yes, that's what a targeted individual goes through. Sexual abuse and harassment, they're targeting all my organs on my body at different times. They target my heart, they're targeting my ears, and they feel like they're burning on fire and loud booms going into my ears all day today, and a huge headache. Whistleblower lawsuits, government protection, and then they say they are governmental representation, consumer rights, civil and human rights. Isn't that funny? But they won't take my case. The whole story is crazy when we're supposed to be the freest country in the world. Not only crazy, it's sad. Well, I just wanted to update you that nothing has changed. They're claiming on Wednesday that there's going to be high military action or presence. They're claiming Wednesday President Trump is going to stay in office. And if Biden is around, he's a clone and it's being faked. And it's what they call like a hologram. So evidently, according to Simon Parks and other of the highest truthers, they have direct connection to the military, and the highest in office in government and the military say that Trump is going to stay in office. It might be a rough transition to keep him in office because Biden is fighting that. Let's call him Cologne Biden, the ugly Cologne Biden satanic worshiper. That's what his real name is, and that's what he needs to be called. Hi, everybody. For newcomers coming on, Barefoot Sun Gazer. I know you've came to my past ones. Happy day to you. I have used Ormus, and when you use scalar and microwaves, Ormus does not take out all that, and I'm sure you probably know that. I've told you that some of the I only live in an apartment, so I can't keep a big tub of cement with the tubes hanging out of it. And they're not just doing chemical trails to me. That's the least of what they're doing. I said they're hitting me directly into my eardrums, and they're red, and all the plastic from the nanobots and the other chemicals that makes it, your body wouldn't accept nanobots, but they create diseases and fungus with it and heavy metals to make your body attracted. Because if you listen to the last Simon Parks, where they do a group interview with him and a host and that one other guy, they say our whole body is a virus, that we are a virus. And I've detoxed to get out I've naturally detoxed with oil of oregano, the highest Mediterranean organic form of oil of oregano, and oil of olive leaf. That is not olive oil. That will not cure you. It does not have medicinal. It does have a very mild medicinal properties. It's good for your joints. It's good for your heart. I do eat it every day, tablespoons on my salad and soups. But I am talking about oil of olive leaf is the only one that will take bacteria out of your body, any fungus in your body that you might have gotten in foods or from restaurants or even working out at the gym. You're going to be touching all that equipment that other people are touching, the door handles. I work around 6 sick people all day. I'm an x-ray tech. At least 6 to 10 people come in saying that they've been diagnosed with COVID virus. But you have to be exposed to some of that to build up, remember? That's why when you get a tetanus shot, you either have to be exposed to it or you get the tetanus vaccine, so it's called. But we're so dummied down that our senses are so bad to start with. That's why people, I guess, just don't get it, what's happening to us. I know a lot of people don't believe in Bigfoot, but you know, if you watch the Bigfoot videos, you'll come across the few, especially watch the one Gone Missing in Alaska and the one about Bigfoot under the YouTube channel Gone Missing in Alaska. These guys are like three experts, but in different areas. So it's so great. You got the, like the investigator, and then you got the government guy that's been in the government, how they track. And then you get the third expert he's like a Native American guy that's lived up there and was born in Alaska to get down what's really happening. But my point is, these Bigfoots never had to take vaccines like we did from birth. And they don't have a calcified pineal gland. And they use mounds and mounds of crystals to travel and know what area to go for food throughout the year. That's why they're evasive sometimes. That's why they can shapeshift. That's why they can hear humans from miles away. Now, once in a while, some get caught. And there's been a couple, just like there's some bad humans. They got attracted and were trying to eat humans and stopped in front of their car and scared the guy, and they found remains of the guy. But this isn't their ordinary habit. We're way too skinny. If they want to kill something as big as they are for their whole family, they'd have to kill 3 or 4 deers, like that. And they'd rather kill deer. It's more meat. And we're just considered puny petite little humans that don't have much meat on them. Usually they only want to kill us to set an example for us to be afraid of them, because they know we're so overpopulated and greedy and evil, and that we do have guns and other ammunition. But from what it's been told, some of the military does communicate with them, that some of the natives communicate with them. And there's a video that was from up in Canada where there's one group that they're allowed to go watch from a distance if you don't take pictures of them. And then they show video of them migrating. They migrate south to get food in the winter months, and they go up into Canada, and they're very peaceful, and they want to stay away from humans because we're so evil and warlike. Anyway, my point is, when they discover that there's a bad situation or some humans have invaded their camp and ready to kill them all, they break off all the crystals and scatter them so that the other Bigfoot that are coming through the area get the signals not to stop at that site. There's trouble there. Maybe they can even talk through them. Who knows, that they have some type of communication. But when the humans were there, they first saw the pyramid of crystals all laying like big white rocks, but they're kind of dirty and muddy. That's smart to keep them hid from us, the stupid humans and the mean ones. There's Ann. Hi, Ann. You guys can communicate with her too. She's out in Portland, Oregon, and she is claims to be targeted individual for a long, long time, severely by some of the highest forces on this earth. So contact her too. We got to network and stay together. I'm going to keep this pretty short. I just wanted to come in and let you say absolutely nothing has happened in my specific case. None of my targeting is stopped. Nobody has exposed my specific case. None of the government and the whistleblowers and anybody in the military or government has never come forth and charged the premeditated murder perpetrators with capital punishment like they should be, and helped us target individuals. And like I said, Ann Lane is. She just doesn't like to be as public as me. I hope she will. I've told her to make YouTubes, but she's too afraid of getting killed off, and I'm not afraid of that anymore. Torture is worse than death. So they've done everything they can do to me, and I'm going to keep exposing. Nothing's going to stop that. That's for dang sure. The kids need to learn this, and the kids that are coming up being attorneys, you need to start taking targeted individuals. Everybody needs to get a wide range meter. And the attorneys need to start taking our cases. And I want immediate change this week from the whistleblowers. I want the perpetrators arrested. And that, number one, is the Chandler police. And also number one is the people above me. And my neighbors that lived around me when it started, Linda and Gary Humbert. And I do feel it was right when I kept reporting their dogs. And I even donated endlessly. And I think they're even torturing me, and they even list that they are torturing people that have been a member of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. So don't say I don't like animals, but they had 5 vicious dogs, and it's a state law that they cannot harbor vicious dogs. And they were attacking me, and they had big holes in their fence out and back when I'd go empty my trash once a week. So now they highly torture me for 20 years with no end in sight on Sunday nights and on Friday nights were the only nights I could go out and mow my lawn and go out in my yard and empty my trash. And this is when their dogs started barking because they had vicious Mexican dogs, like the kind that run wild in Mexico, that are starving and have to fight to survive, to live. This stuff could be so cured so easy if only women were in charge. And the powers that be and the powers that want to be, none of them foresee even putting any women in charge. And that's the problem. The women need to get up and give each other meters and witness for each other, become expert witness. Even Dr. Hildegard, she tore down the one video she had of 5 targeted individuals. Why? Because she's making money off of them while we're dying again. But she's the only one that gave me enough evidence and enough natural things to stay alive. But I still am being tortured by the neighbors above me. I'm at 777 West Chandler Boulevard, apartment 1375. I'm trying to work long enough to get a mortgage to buy a house again. And I'm waiting for my house to sell in Minnesota, but it's not because I can't even have open houses because of the COVID rules. So I am asking Trump again, President Trump, to stop and expose the targeted individual program, to arrest the covertly killing police, local Chandler police, all the local police officers that are participating, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, and the new sheriff in town, the neighbors who are participating in torturing innocent human beings. This is crazy, totally crazy. They need capital punishment at once, the electric chair. Well, they can see what it's like. They don't have to endure it for 20 plus years until your organs give out. And that's what they want. Then they think the police are never going to get the right evidence. They're never going to investigate. And the, what do you call it when you have, they won't even order an autopsy. They'll try to say you died of cancer or natural causes. So this needs to stop now. I'm going to sign out. I just want to tell everybody hi. And for all the head and highest truthers out there that I've listed and more, please expose it. Please stop it. I've repeatedly, even though I'm being tortured and dying, given out inventions. And if I have the right money and meters, we can come up with a very easy invention. But most importantly, it needs to stop so we don't have to wear this disgusting stuff. But we can make it fun and easy. But first of all, we need to stop all these satellites and drones and all of the nanobots and nanotechnology that infests your body after it's been sprayed on us for over 20 years. And it's right in the rules that Deb Tavera from California, if you look up her channel, Deborah Tavera, shows the military orders to depopulate and kill Americans. So it's in patents. Any patent has to be public information and knowledge. Psytronics is being used, and some of it has been invented by the United States military. And the highest ones that I've been talking about, just see my charts and graphs from my last YouTube and my one from January 15th. I do have copies of all of my reports from Dr. Hildegard Staninger and her private investigator, Melinda Kidder. It's Kidder is how you spell her last name, of owner of Columbia Investigations. They're the only two doctor and PI in the country that specialize in target individual. There's one guy named Tullis under bugsweeps.com, but he charges minimum $3,000. And even Melinda Kidder, when you're sick and dying and can't get a job, and then you're supposed to cover her rent a car from her house to the airport, and then her plane flight fees, and then she said she had to stay here a whole week when she could have done it in one day, even if she wanted to do my whole house. And then she took me to her hotel room and just did my body. So there's proof that there's not any cross contamination in the different frequencies that are coming out of my body and in my house. But she did a pretty dang good job and charged a reasonably low fee. But anybody that was totally broke would have never made it. I only made it because I have 4 degrees and I had a job enough that I had a couple thousand in my savings. Anyway, I've told most of my story and I hope you've heard it before. Please share and like. Please expose and take action to stop target individuals from being killed for their pleasure and adrenaline chrome or whatever else they're using it, their heinous reasons for their amusement. It's totally the most disgusting things in God's eyes and in a human being's eyes. So please get your thoughts clear. Drink organic lemon water. You can put it in warm water so you can drink it because sometimes it gets tasting too bitter. But remember, it's alkaline. It actually, even though it tastes bitter, it turns to alkaline and it will detox. It can even take out heavy metals, bacteria, fungus, parasites, lemon. I can't say enough about lemon water. And put it in the bullet blender or the mini bullet even, and you eat the rind, at least part of the rind. Try to put about a tablespoon of the rind in there. It's got more minerals and vitamins and supplements than the actual lemon fruit and juice. Okay. Peace out. God love and protect. I'll give you an update next week if I can. And per Simon Parks and the other truthers, you're to store water and food for your pets. There may be some type of electrical outage while they're filing and arresting people on Wednesday, and while he is saying that he's going to maintain office of the President of the United States. So stay strong, expose, never participate in torture, and God love and protect each other. Peace out. Kris Derschmidt, signing out. January 18th, 2021. Protect each other.